People, Deluded, I'm back again. Now, let's actually take a break away from Arsenal things. I know you've seen Bernardo Silva's now facing not even faced, he has a one-match ban now and has been fined. And I know you've also seen Danny Rose's comments. Now, while Danny Rose's comments aren't necessarily out the blue, in a boring international week, thought why not speak about them? Been meaning to talk about more neutral angles and whatnot. In fact, I might as well mention this as well. Obviously, Arsene Wenger is obviously returning to football. He's become the new chief of FIFA's global football development, and it sounds like a role up his street. And maybe it's an ambassador role and in all but name, and somewhat paying homage to him. But for me, as an Arsene Wenger disciple, I know it didn't end well at Arsenal, but I've grown up with Arsene Wenger. I've got nothing but admiration for him. He shaped the way I see the game, and this is just deserves, man. Whatever you say about Arsene Wenger, he's a true student of the game. He loves the game at the purest level, and regardless of his failings or whatever situations he's handled himself with class, and he's always been a man that's used class, and he's always been a man that knows his football, regardless of if it worked out for him towards the end of Arsenal. I think he should have stepped down, but I love that man. So shout out to you, Granddad Arsene Wenger, the father, for getting that role. But moving on from that, people. Now, Danny Rose. I copied and pasted some comments in my lunch break, people. Now, we know Danny Rose is busting out. Spurs faced themselves in a difficult situation. I swear Toby Alderweireld's contract is up at the end of the season. Spurs fans, correct me if I'm wrong. They've obviously got the Erikssens, Jan Vertonghen. I'm not sure if that's up the end of this season or 2021, but that one's got to be there. And you've obviously got Danny Rose. Spurs need to inject some new life into that side, and they're going to need to rebuild. Football is in cycles. Has Spurs reached the end of their cycle with players that they've been with for years? Obviously, Kyle Walker left and Trippier, two players that once upon a time were part of a solid sort of Spurs back line. Obviously, you had the two Belgian lads, and you had Rose. Now, Rose, obviously, he's very vocal about wanting to leave Spurs and whatnot. We've seen all the reports after the last couple of years. Didn't he give an interview in The Sun, and it's like after that he just stopped playing for a period, but since then he's forced his way back into plans, and he's been playing relatively alright. They know he's going to leave. Now, Spurs go out there and buy another left back, or they make Sessegnon a left back or left winger, who knows, or they keep Ben Davies there, who knows. But Rose is clearly looking for that paycheck, man. No disrespect to him. He needs to look for where he can get that paycheck and where he can try and win trophies. No disrespect, Spurs, beyond the playful banter, of course. Because Arsenal ain't the best of clubs right now. But he's got to look to that. Maybe he looked to, like a couple of players, they out in paper, it looks like you're going to get an offer from a more respectable club and whatnot. And maybe nobody followed through with their interest. Maybe for me, if Leeds get promoted, if they pay him enough and he gets a decent contract, or for sentimental reasons, should he return there? Or maybe he's hoping as a free agent he'll make himself more attractive as a player to get on a free transfer. Who knows? City might grab you. But he's basically said, Levy said, you're not getting a new deal. And he said, the copied and pasted things I got, it can happen throughout your career, and it's happening to me right now. The manager has done everything possible to help me get back to how I was playing last season. Obviously, I'm raring to go, and I'm up for the challenge. Sorry, people, for rustling and that. I'm ever so lucky for that relationship I have with Pochettino. With Gareth, I can say the same. We can speak whenever we're here at St James's Park. We speak occasionally on the phone, and if I play, I want to give everything for him and the team, and obviously for the nation. I've got a good relationship with both managers. And then he went on to say, which is of relevance, people. He said, it's pretty obvious what happened in the summer. People upstairs at Spurs were trying to do what they were trying to do. I've said to them, I've got 18 months left on my contract. I'm not going anywhere until my contract is finished. So yeah, he holds the power. He said they clearly tried to get interest, and it looked like the Watford deal was on. It weren't on. Whatever reason it failed, we don't know. But he's prepared to see out his contract. Not only get paid, but give credit to Rose. He's handled himself as a relative professional. He's playing all right. He's handling it with dignity. And from a Spurs perspective, well, I don't hope as an Arsenal fan, but I'm sure Spurs fans hope that there's some strategic planning. Right now, deals are being put into place, or scouting teams are looking at injecting fresh young blood into this team, especially for the back line, because the parallels almost the same with Spurs with Arsenal, in my opinion, in that they've probably got more individuals that you could make a case for being better defenders. In fact, let's cut the crap. They probably have a better back five than us, regardless of how Leno is and these sort of players in their form. But long term, that's the stability, and obviously in Arsenal's case a bit different because I believe we've got young defenders, but we've got no strategy. Spurs, you can argue Poch can bring the strategy, but the players ain't necessarily there, so they need to go out and find, if it's going to be Davinson Sanchez or Foyth or promoted Magolmore or whatever they're doing, they need to find some 2 centre halves or 1 centre half to partner of significance. Go out and get a left back. Go and find I'm sure, a long-term right back if it's not going to be Kyle Walker-Peters, because I'm pretty sure I speak for Spurs fans when I say Aurier doesn't actually fill you with confidence. You know he's got a mistake in him. And them sort of players, they're always booky. So from a Spurs club perspective, again, Wenger did talk about free transfers becoming the new norm, and it's happening. But from a squad point of view, Rose didn't cost them the biggest of transfers and whatnot. He's played for a number of years. He's been a consistent player. Letting him go for free in terms of the service they've got out of him might not be the worst thing in their opinion, people. But obviously they probably let 20, maybe 25, maybe a period even more than that for Rose go. I don't know for facts for Eriksen, Toby's contract, but Eriksen, surely that's a 30, 40 million to be nice, just with his contract thing. Eriksen in his day, that's 50, probably 60 in previous Eriksen years, but because of his contract, they faced the prospect of that guy, obviously Toby as well. A lot of money kind of walking out the door, and if Spurs are going to rebuild, and if they don't have the biggest of purse strings, what is going to happen? Again, coaching is a big part of it. So yeah, man, he said that, and he's also, I like that he's been kind of straight up as well. He said, in January, you're probably going to hear something about my future. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going anywhere till my contract's finished. Levy told me in the summer there was no new contract for me at Spurs, or Tottenham, better yet, apologies, which is fine. I respect that. We move on. So yeah, man, he's just going to be professional and see it out. But you can probably bet Spurs will, I wouldn't say force him out, because it's quite mad to do these things mid-season. He's in a delicate situation in that Poch unless another left back comes in, Poch needs 2 options in Ben Davies and Rose in case someone gets injured or to compete. But maybe potentially, obviously with his contract, kind of pimp him out a bit, try and gauge the waters, test the waters, see who's interested. So there's that. Away from that, people, you've obviously seen Bernardo Silva has been handed a 1-match ban and fined 50k, people, from the FA for his tweet, obviously in relation to Mendy. Now, I'm not going to go over the specifics. We've all been there. We've all had our opinion. But I'd say the biggest thing this serves upon, and I'd say, I wouldn't say it's necessarily excessive, but I'd say by the FA's standards, or what I've seen, I'd say from what I've seen from them, by their own standards, it's excessive. But what I think this should show is that whether we believe he was right or wrong, banter or not, if in doubt, don't tweet. Or some things, leave it on WhatsApp. Because whether you believe he's being harshly done by or not, or whatever we believe, or he deserves to get what he's doing, if he doesn't put that in a social domain, this conversation and this video is not happening, people. So Bernardo Silva, or anyone watching, and obviously footballers are rich and the clubs are rich, so 50k ain't really nothing in a 1-match ban. What's that really? It serves as a deterrent, because for one tweet where he was allegedly laughing with his friend, he's now missing out on a game. Now, he's an absolute professional. He probably is going to be quite stressed out over that. And especially after getting to play against Liverpool, you're not going to play now. They did you dirty. So it just serves as a deterrent for players to just think sensibly how they're using social media, unless you want to lose 15k and potentially miss out on a 1-match ban. Imagine this happened. He got announced this before the Liverpool game, people. Do you get it? So people have got to think. Just don't just play it safe on social media. Even I'm learning that. Like, I like to, not that banter, I'm just talking about banter in general. Like, I banter players and whatnot, and not at players, but just banter about players. I learned, just in doubt, just leave it, man. God, the internet is mad, people. I'm not going to lie to you, but yeah, man, that'll probably be the last mad tweet he'll probably carry on with in the social media world, because he's learnt his lesson. But for now, people, DG, I'm out. Thank you for watching and rocking. There's nothing more to say.